Hello. Welcome back to the fourth series. And trust me when I say that I have been getting this feedback a lot that we have done all the data analytics now. Now let's just end it with something known as charting or visualization. And here we are with a course for Power BI. And I get a lot of doubts related to Power BI all the time. But for your help, I will actually emphasize enough on most of the topics, and we'll be building again from the very basics to the very end. And again, Microsoft Excel and especially Power BI as the two topics that you have to work specially with me, right? A Power Query, Power Pivot, you can somewhat go through 10-20 minutes and then do it in your Excel file and then or your software add-in, but in Power BI that's not the case. They are like very minute thing that you have to remember and think of. I prefer that you actually use this course and you are actually using a notebook as you use this course in the first place. So for me, even when I was doing, I was not doing everything on Power BI, and I was just writing. That actually failed me later, and I actually had to redo everything. And why do we have to write some of the things? Because some of the things are actually going to repeat for you, and they are going to be a little time consuming, so you don't want to actually figure it out again and again by yourself, but we'll try to write it once and then we'll recall it again and again until we remember it in our head, right? So that's how it's going to be. And I get the second doubt that I'm going to get the most, as your batch is also studying as just how a last batch was, why Power BI and why not Tableau? There are a couple of understanding. There are pros and cons. There's a reason why we are only having Power BI and not Power Query. See, the thing is, let's say you are actually going to buy Microsoft 365 as a software from again the company Microsoft, and you're also going to buy Tableau as a series. Now, I want to ask you, which particular company which have a higher cost in terms of in terms of the money that they are paying for the software itself. Company A is only having Microsoft suite for the entire organization, Microsoft 365. Second company is having one Microsoft 365, second Tableau. Obviously the second one. Most of the functions that we can do in Power BI, all of them can be done in Tableau easily, right? But Power BI is a powerful tool enough for to get a job done in at least in the initial stages. And the interface of both of them is somewhat similar. So whenever we are actually learning Power BI, it is easier for us to actually switch in Tableau also. Most of the companies are not using Tableau. Reason being, they will purchase only Microsoft 365 and they'll get the entire visualization software for their organization. Why do they need to pay a little extra if they are able to get their job done just with Power BI in the first place? I think is actually making some sense for you. Uh, Now I've emphasized enough on the fundamentals for Power Pivot also, but in this chapter we're not going to uh, you know do a lot of data crunching the way we were doing in our last three series. I know. Okay, if you've fallen in love with data crunching, my bad. But for this lecture, we'll just try to focus on visualizations. We'll start from basics and we'll go to the very end. There's nothing very complex that we have to learn in this, but there's some here and there that we can. So that would be it. And why visualization? The last question that's striking my mind right now. See, we have seen this in the last three series also, but humans are, if we see, that a particular person has to understand the data. If something is given to you, you don't give data as an output again. It's always expected for you to give some charts or visualizations, because human brain can understand visualization in a gist but not data points in a raw form. And that's why there are people who are being hired for 50 lakhs just so that they can create PPTs or PowerPoint presentations or even dashboards on Power BI and reports for the investors itself. So the area is really vast. It's just that how you're able to communicate, and every organization will emphasize to communicate at its best, right? That's why we are actually emphasizing a lot on this series, that you can skip some of the concepts of Power Query or some of the concepts of Power Pivot towards the end, but you cannot skip most of the area that we are going to do under Power BI. Is really important for you to be a proper data scientist. That would be it from my end. If you have any doubts, you can contact me and I will love to help you out. Thank you.